things that are bad are probably more bad than the 10 good things are good.
Let's say I'm lazy and I
out.
like watching corn.
Okay.
Corn. On YouTube. Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I think I understand.
Yeah.
So men have come to me for those reasons. Laziness is tough. Now, one thing that I might do if I was in a session with them is to begin to create some space. If you're a lazy person, then there's nothing I can do about it. It's like you're just lazy. That's how you are. That's how you think about it. I can't change who you are intrinsically. But maybe sometimes you fall into lazy behavior patterns. Maybe you just let some things slide. Maybe you don't honor your commitments to yourself because you don't see that there's any consequences to doing that. So I create a bit of a distance between that self-attribution and who that person feels that he is. Because if you are lazy, you are dumb, what are you going to do to change that, right? But if you have lazy tendencies or you do things that get in your own way, those behaviors can be shifted.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
So I could think of, for example, let's say I need to go work on something, maybe a book, or maybe, for example, a business. But I play video games before I go work on that business. Playing the video games, I'm like, I'm kind of lazy now. So now I don't want to go work.
Sometimes that's part of the process. I remember when I first wanted to get good at pickup, for example, most men do not naturally feel confident enough to approach women in real life. And it was terrifying for me. I had this intention. I did some studies. I looked on YouTube. I read some books. And I really wanted to increase my optionality with women. So I got dressed up on a Saturday night and I went down to the local meat market and I talked to nobody. I just had like a drink by myself 1 hour, drink by myself second. And I left with my tail between my legs. And I went home and I felt like such a schmuck.
Yeah.
I felt ashamed of myself. I felt cowardly. I didn't like how I felt. But every Saturday I put that suit back on and I went out. And then every Saturday I came home feeling like a schmuck until that like 9th time in a row I went out. That 9th time in a row I went out and I was sitting there by myself and I could feel the same thing was about to happen again. And I saw this attractive woman from across the room and my mind said, okay, wait a minute, Orion. You know what's going to happen if you don't talk to this woman. You're going to, with 100% certainty, you're going to go home and you're going to feel like a schmuck. You're going to feel like a coward. That's painful. Whatever that woman could do to you is not as bad as what you're going to do to yourself if you don't do this.
Yeah.
And that was what changed the game for me. So it had to get worse before it gets better. So I've been there. I've played the video games before I sat down to work on the book. And I've done that enough times to know that when I do that, I feel like a schmuck. I don't feel proud of myself at the end of the day. I feel like I wasted a day of life. And we only get so many good days of our lives, man. We're here to get stuff done.
Yeah.
That's what life is all about.
So I'm hearing it's okay to fail, but at some point, that failure needs to turn into like, oh, you know what? I'm tired of this pain. I need to make a change.
Yes. And the problem why a lot of men don't get there is because they're failing and they're feeling the pain, but then they're anesthetizing themselves against that pain through corn or through drinking or through getting high.
Video games.
Or through video